I've been watching all of Star Trek, and I've been fine with all the episodes. Even Spock's brain, Shades of Grey, was obviously not very exciting, but I've enjoyed the entire franchise up to the point of where I am. Even Threshold, But I've reached my limits with Star Trek Voyager's Season 2 cliffhanger two-parter, Basics. The episode starts with the best background character, Suda, his continuation of the last time we've met him in the slice of his continuation of the last time we've seen him with the slice of Tuvix's flower merging. Then there's a bit of drama with the Kazon. Chakotay had his DNA stolen by Seska, and she babied herself with that. But turns out it's bad if you carry someone else's baby and she's in trouble. And why Chakotay care about his illegitimate child that he has absolutely no connection with, and why is he essentially pressured into caring about him by Janeway and the crew?
It might all be true.
Still, the safest thing would be to ignore this message and resume our course.
I'm not going to resume our course just yet.
I don't know. He wants to move on. It shouldn't affect him this personally. An average day for any crew on Star Trek would give any person PTSD and a broken body. Okay, maybe not an average day, but a lot of them. This is what crosses the line. Maybe I'm too much of a child-free zoomer, but I don't get the obsession. So he visits his spirit guide and brain Skypes, Discord video calls with his father. His father doesn't listen to Chakotay, too busy placing sticks. But then it's revealed to be an illegitimate child by having his DNA robbed. His father talks about the family history and sexual assault. Very fun topics for a Star Trek discussion.
Centuries ago, when the women of our tribe were raped by white conquerors, many gave birth to their children. They were accepted by the tribe. One was a direct ancestor of ours, Chakotay. His name was Se'Aktor. And is your child so different from Se'Aktor?
Yes, there is a difference. The child is not with Chakotay, as the mother gave birth. Child is in the middle of a dangerous spot, the Kazon stronghold. And it's the future, and we're billions of light years away from home? There's next to no similarities.
No.
Come on. Anyway, they have Talaxian friends in the area. They come up with some epic plays to add some echo displacements and fake holographic ships or whatever, so they aren't going to be scared of the Kazon. Anyways, Chakotay says thanks, then they find a shuttle with the beat up Kazon. He vaped some poison gas and so is cleared of any suspicion. He would have been dead from his injuries. Chakotay picks him up and slams him against the walls and decides to lock him into a hotel room. The doctor says he's A-okay except for these symptoms.
We need to keep an eye on. He's had a nasty concussion, spinal cord trauma, and a polycythemia, the cause of which I've yet to discover.
He's got a lot of red blood cells, the damn commie. No doubt about him from everyone else, but Chakotay has an inherent distrust of Kazon with good reason. Neelix schools him about space areas and the Kazon folds. Nice work, Neelix. But then they get shot at by a little raider ship that immediately leaves. Then Janeway talks to Suda, but then he gets agitated. Then she leaves. Awkward. Turns out the Kazon have still been attacking Voyager, all attacking the same spot. How strange. Oh well, let's keep going. Kazon is rude to the doctor. He says he'll recover after Chakotay's attack. Chakotay can tell he's sus. The imposter is sus. What do you know? They're still attacking the same spot. What's in the spot? The secondary command, things. They don't think about what it operates. Neelix gives soup to Suda and the Kazon gets so pissed off that he rips off his toenail. Elsewhere, more ships show up, but then more displacement ships show up, and then some of the Kazon get scared and leave. The doctor is worried.
I'm not worried.
The ships are sent out and draw attention and fire, but they accidentally send out the doctor, which leads to a great sequence. That part cheered me up after the whole baby debacle. Then they fight some more, and then it's revealed that the Kazon had a needle that he uses to blow himself up. Not like a sploosh explosion, more kind of like a... rendering the ship unusable. Tom Paris makes up an excuse to get the hell out of there, then gets hit with instant karma. Explosions happen, then Voyager gets boarded, then tries to evacuate, then tries to activate the self-destruct, but the one spot they shot disabled the self-destruct. Everyone stands around instead of defending the ship, like overloading a phaser next to the warp core, disabling turbo lifts, setting up force fields, so on and so forth. Seska's fine, Kala wants the child, etc. Janeway gets treated like a woman. Kala talks about Seska like he's a boomer.
You've let your women get out of control.
Somehow the Kazon know how to operate the ship, and repair it?
Essential repairs are complete, Marge.
I know Seska was talking to a BF in engineering, but surely he couldn't have told her how to run and repair the entire ship? The Doctor time travels to avoid the Kazon. Everyone's locked in a cargo bay, and Seska bitches at Kala.
Has that been confirmed?
Does the ship not auto-detect if it's been overtaken, or is that disabled by the one spot too? How did the Kazon know how to land the ship? Even the Voyager crew struggled with it. Seska shakes the baby while Kala lolls. They leave them on the planet and take off. The crew is great on the planet's surface, and they act like people who would really be in that situation would act, even if they don't know what a splint is.
Try splint.
Doctor?
Splint, it's a very ancient concept.
They split up and walk around for a while. There's a dinosaur, or I think it's actually called a land eel. Then you think B'Elanna sees it, but no, it's some natives. The Doctor reappears. It's revealed that the explosion caused Suda to be knocked into the vents. That's part 1 done. Part 1 is really the one that pissed me off, and part 2 makes up for it. Part 2 starts us off on the planet. The lady with the baby falls, and Chakotay acts as a dad and carries the baby. Janeway's group finds a cave and sets up camp. Our good friend Hogan, the only other background character whose name I know the name of, finds some bones before Neelix forces him to pick them all up himself before running away. Then Demon Vision runs up and off-screens him. Poor Hogan, we barely knew ye. Neelix pretends to be devastated. Meanwhile, Paris is alive, yelling, hooping, and hollering about the shuttle being in disrepair. He's great in this. It's too bad Voyager had to send the only competent person away. Then again, Paris is a Mary Sue, so it makes sense for them to. Neelix keeps talking about bones. Somehow Chakotay turns Hogan's uniform into a faucet to drink water from. Janeway starts shoveling worms into her mouth like a person who does that. Seska hollers the Doctor and tells him about the change of command. She asks if the Doctor lies. He says no, you know, like a liar. But uh-oh, the baby isn't Chakotay's. Turns out semen doesn't come out of the neck. Chakotay isn't the father of the child. All of this was for nothing.
Computer, what is the crew complement?
There are 89 Kazon
89.
and 1 Betazoid on board.
What did you say?
Seska is apparently a Kazon now. Thanks, computer. The Doctor finds out Suda is on board. Suda's been crawling around in the vents, and the two of them conspire to take back the ship. The people on the surface find eggs and cucumbers, disappointing Janeway. Wildman's childman is sick. Cool. Chakotay makes a funny joke.
Trapped on a barren planet, and you're stuck with the only Indian in the universe who can't start a fire by rubbing 2 sticks together.
Even if it's racist. To make him feel better, they cut Janeway's hair with a blunt rock. And then they start the fire. The cavemen see fire. Cavemen steal Neelix and jumpscare Kes. Paris trolls the Talaxian, saying he has Lay-Epic plan. Suda makes his way to Medbay, and the Doctor talks fast at him. Suda's all chill now after the mind meld, so he's trying to calm down. One hologram and one sociopath can probably take back the ship. Chakotay starts off trying to find Neelix and Kes, and they're apparently in... Honestly, I'm not really sure what's happening here. They're proving their worth to take them, or eat them, or something. Chakotay's acting correctly. Neelix is freaking him out. They try to trade one of their women. They give him Kes, but maybe want to sacrifice Neelix? I don't know. A chase ensues. They violate the Prime Directive all over that one guy. They make like a hot dog and throw themselves down a tunnel. Somehow the Kazon know Federation technology in depth enough to work on the warp drive. The Doctor wants weapons, much to Suda's displeasure. Baby crying. The cavemen try smoking out the crew, but that makes them walk deeper into the cave. Deeper into the land eel's cavern? Kes feels a breeze, but it's just the snoring of the prehistoric slug dog. Janeway makes some actors run around. They try to sneak past Fluffy, but much to their dismay, they are actually not very sneaky. The others singe their hands in the fire the cavemen made. The land eel keels a guy whose name I didn't know. Then they run down the hallway while the CGI chases them before they drop some rocks on it. Suda kills a Kazon with his pitch black eyes. Tom tells the Doctor to do something. The Doctor doesn't get it. Suda takes a quick nap. Janeway and Chakotay don't want to eradicate the cavemen, but fortunately for Tuvok, the choice isn't theirs to make. The volcano erupts. The Doctor does some double, triple, reverse, upturn psychology on Seska.
There are several dozen crewmen on board, actually. Of course, you're right. It is one of the Maquis. Very well. Let me take the credit I deserve. I did sabotage the ship. All by myself.
Somehow Cullen set up his own security clearances.
Computer, access Kala 01.
How did he clear the existing ones? I'm really not sure. Suda returns and finds the Doctor disabled. Instead, he discovers a WebM made by the Doctor, and honestly, even watching the show again for the review, I nearly teared up. Of course I didn't, because I'm a man. Paris is executing his plan. Meanwhile, the cavemen try to execute some screaming damsels stuck between a rock and a hot place. Chakotay saves her, the cave people say thanks, and put a moldy leaf on a baby's neck. Paris is sweeping the floor with Kazon, and Suda makes sure they're staying down. Though he succumbs to the killing nature, I'm assuming he's killing them because it's a Kazon phaser, and I don't think they have stun settings. He completes his mission but passes away in the process. God rest his soul. The ship blows up from the inside, causing the deaths of many Kazon, including Seska. With her dying shuffling, she shakes the baby one last time, ignoring Culler's calls for her. Well, she would have if she didn't die first. The Kazon abandon ship, but Paris once again is too busy to deal with such minute pests. Paris lands the plane all on his own, so I guess it really wasn't that much of an issue. Then again, he has landed the ship before. Tuvok prays for Suda. Chakotay caresses Seska. Bro, now isn't the time to be sentimental. That mental broad has been nothing but trouble to you and the ship. All correct. That puts the shroud on our synopsis. Now it's time for the actual review. The plot is stupid, so it's a 1 out of 10. Everything else is good. I'd say about a 9 out of 10. So if you add the scores together, the two-parter is a perfect 10.